much, everybody. Wayne here. So let me get set up here just a little more. That'll work. Okay. So, funny thing happened to me on the way to coming out of a hobby store, and I saw this. I've always been intrigued by the Trumpeter Falcons. I mean, I can't afford the little Chevy 2s unless they decide to repop them again. I think they're going to price themselves out of everybody's reach unless you've got one in your stash that you've had for a long time. So I've always been intrigued by the little Falcon. I've watched Butch been building his, and Tim Halsey built the convertible version of this and meshed it with parts from a Mustang, and Man Cave Model Shane, he did one and did an absolutely beautiful job on his, and Young Model Master did one as well. So and James did a great job on his. So I've always been intrigued by the Falcon, by this kit, and so I was in the hobby store, and he has two of the Rancheros and two of the contemporary convertibles on the shelf, and all I did was ask him if his supplier had this version, and so he just needed a number, so I gave him the kit number. He went right onto his supplier's website and says, "Yep, he's got two of them." I said, "Well, bring in one." So anyway, so we custom ordered this, and I'm so I haven't opened this up yet. What you see when I take this out of the box is the way that I'm seeing it for the first time as well. So let's get at it. Okay, so this is the street strip, and so I'm expecting a lot of race parts in it. So let's go. Okay. Wow. Alrighty. So propaganda on military from Trumpeter, and this is from October 2011, December 2011, and they're advertising the kit. So the kit is, it's already 7 years old, almost 7 years old. So I guess they're going to be getting kind of scarce. I'm not too sure. But anyways, apparently it's supposed to be a new variant. So whether that's new styling or whatever, don't know. Instructions. I've never looked at a Japanese or a Chinese, whatever they are. I've never looked at their instructions before. Now, James Morris, one of our styrene brothers, he has this kit, and he did a kit review on it. So you can always check back. You can always check into James's archives for it, like I did. And I'm seeing a dual 4-barrel setup. I'm seeing a Weber carb setup. So that looks like two engine options there. Now I still haven't figured out whether it's the 289 or whether it's a 427. And I'll be able to tell you when I get into the parts. So, do ahead with the body. Wow. Body's crisp, body is clean. It's got nice deep lines for the doors and the trunk. Very, very deep, which is nice. But it is nice and crisp and clean. Nothing bent. Even the vent wings are nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. And of course, chassis comes separate. And the one thing that I like about these kits, I've been watching different videos on them, is they come with a tub already. So that makes it a little easier, especially on this kit here. Depending on what size of tire I get, I can run wider tires. I can run an aftermarket tire and go from there. First sprue, you got the two hoods, teardrop and a stock hood. You get suspension parts, you get some interior, some exhaust parts, And you get the front clip of the frame there, interior tub. Oh, okay. So here we got, okay, so we got a bag of tires and we got wheel backs. We got a lot of wheel backs. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's like 8 sprues, little sprues of just wheel backs. So I'm going to have to figure out exactly what goes with what. And then tires, 4 stock tires, because you can build this as the stock version, and then 2 drag radials according to the box. So apparently it's got 2 drag radials in it, but they don't look. I'll have to mock it up. Chrome sprue here, chrome steering wheel and hubcaps. Glass, gonna leave it in there. It's nice. These are nicely protected. And then the main chrome sprue where you get some engine detail, front and rear bumper. And then a separate one for your front grille and rear panel. Engine option. This is the dual quad manifold. Very, very nicely detailed. Like it's got the 4 holes. It's got the holes drilled for the intake manifold. It's got all that drilled out, so that's a bonus. Interior, 2 bucket seats and a rear seat. There's the dual exhaust, very nicely molded. Interior, dashboard, and a console. It is decently detailed. I wouldn't say it rivals any other kit for detail. And then we got engine parts here. So we've got another dual 4-barrel option. And we've got the Weber, one for the Webers. And then you get all your Weber carburetors here. They're in 2 halves. And they are nicely detailed and would be great to be resin cast. 2 carburetors here, and you get the sump. You get the deep sump Cobra oil pan, and I'm thinking that this is a 289. It's not a 427. I'm looking at it here, and the exhaust is a little hokey. That'll be an easy fix. Probably be able to fit the headers from the 32 Ford 5 window off the 302 in that. I'll play around with it and see if they'll fit on it, but the exhaust is a little bit hokey, the headers, or custom build out of solder. Interior panels, another steering wheel, steering column. Front inner fenders, radiator. I can't get over how much padding there is in these sprues. Unbelievable. And it just keeps going on. Last one, it's got the engine, the 2 engine halves, another one. There's another 2-barrel carburetor. So this is a 289. This is just a little wee 289. And, yep, there's 2 more carburetors here. And a lot of engine detail here. By the looks of things, it has separate pulleys because there's your fan belt. There's your fan belt, and it's separated. So in here somewhere has got to be all, you know, there's a crank pulley there. There's got to be a water pump pulley, and there's got to be, you know, for the alternator. So that's a nice touch. That's a nice touch. Well, I can see these being cast. This is the water pump pulley, and there's your crank pulley, and then there's your alternator there. So they all come separate. And then the only other thing in here is the decals, and there is for the gauges and the dashboard. So other than that, just a couple little, and it's got the 289 markers for the front fenders. So that's it for this Trumpeter kit. You know, like, again, it is what it is. It's something I've always wanted. And now that I've found a place that has the 3 of them that I really want, and that's the the Contemporary convertible. Now, on the Contemporary convertible, if you go to Benny Mac he has the Contemporary convertible. So you can go to Benny Mac's site and watch it. He's not going to build it. I've asked him when he was going to build it, and so it's not really on his radar right now. But you can the Contemporary convertible, you can build it stock or that funky Contemporary one. So there was another. So I'm going to be getting that one, and I'm going to be getting the Ranchero to go along with this, and then I'll have the 3 that I want. Again, this one here is not being built right now. I get these special kits that I look for, and I've been looking for a while. I get them when I can pick them up, or I pick them up when I can get them, because they are a little more pricey. But you want to know something? They're at an individual hobby store. These kits might be about $5 more expensive than the new Revell kits or the new versions of the AMT kits. So they're not outrageous. And from what I just saw in the box, I think this is going to be a real fun kit. And we're going to go from there. I've got a car in mind I want to try and not copy, but in my real younger days, I must have been 16, 17 years old, and I belonged to the soccer club back home, and one of the players, Italian fellow, and he had a 65 Falcon, and he had the 289 Hypro in it, and man, could he drive a car. Oh God, could he drive a car. But it was black, and it was black with red. So whether I painted that scheme or not, don't know. But anyways, so that's the Trumpeter. This was a real treat to find, and now that I know where I can get the other 2 without having to drive 6-7 hours to get them, or order them off of Evil Bay, which I flat out refuse to do. This is where I'm just glad I can start finding these kits, because these are really nice kits, and I'm going to enjoy building this one. So guys, that's the 64 Falcon. So until the next time, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank everybody for subscribing, and cheers.